getting started, who want to make some, either part-time or full-time income. So when they come, they little bit have a misunderstanding of this profession. I should say, this is a career. What's the misunderstanding we've had? How can we overcome their negativity, either myself or for them?
Well, if you owned a shoe store at the shopping mall, first thing you'd probably do is tell all your friends and relatives, I opened a shoe store. Yeah, it's open starting August 1. We opened our great shoe store. Now, you're not going to be offended if not everybody comes in and needs shoes that first day. Everybody needs shoes, but they don't all need them on one day. So you're going to notify people and say there's a shoe store. When you need shoes, hey, stop by. It's the same in network marketing, which is, take food supplements, say, when you decide to take care of your body, stop by. As easy as that. And the problem is we grab people and say, no, you need to take care of your body right now. You've got to buy these things right now. And they may have a cupboard full of vitamins or something from somewhere else. So when we're a little pushy and not in step with people, it makes it difficult. But we have a principle called notification, which is our job is to let everybody know, and then when the time is right for them, they can come.
Exactly. So that's exactly when my sister, when I told my sister, I said, okay, I'm taking some nutrition now. When I finish it, I'll come to you. So it's the only reason she come from Canada.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe anyone who new in network marketing getting started, maybe you can give some tips. How can we open up this conversation? I know you're very good in these topics. How to open up the conversation? To take a look at this.
A couple statements to say to open any conversation. The easiest one for people is, I am just curious. When you say that in the English language, everybody's your friend. And when you say that, they open up their heart. They're going to tell you anything you want. Giant hug-a-thon. They're going to go out of their way to help you. You just go up to a stranger and say, I'm just curious, which direction to someplace, or I'm just curious, where'd you buy these shoes? And the smile comes to open up, and you're in a bonded rapport type situation. So I'm just curious works great. We were at the hotel last night. If I wanted to talk to the security guard, I could have probably said something like this. I'm just curious, do you enjoy working evenings? I'm just curious, is this a high-paying profession? I'm just curious, a lot of advancement opportunities. I'm just curious, you ever have to work weekends? I'm just curious. Is it hard being on your feet all the time? I'm just curious, you ever thought that you might want to have a part-time income? I'm just curious, you like to be your own boss. And that would open up the conversation, and people would say, yeah, we could talk, and they feel good. So that's a great way to start. Another one is, well, you know how. When you say, well, you know how, the back of the other person's mind says, well, if I already know how, it must be true, so let's just talk. We're together. And people use this one all the time. By the coffee machine at work, they say, well, you know how this coffee is really terrible. Well, you know how the traffic was so bad today. And well, you know how the boss doesn't pay us enough. And well, you know how it's been raining so long. And it's a natural thing that we say, so people open up their mind. So examples of that might be, well, you know how we all would like to feel like we're 16 years old all over again, but with better judgment? Or, well, you know how we'd all like to wake up feeling like $1 million? Or, well, you know how it'd be great to fall asleep at night within 7 minutes of our head touching the pillow? Well, you know how it's just a fun way of talking to people, and they agree with you instead of putting up all those walls we talked about earlier.
So, well, you know how we'll get started. So, so once we get started, okay, tell me more. So how I can lead them in the presentation. Or do we say to them, okay, come back later, or come to my presentation? Or
well, let's see. If you wanted to invite somebody to a wedding for your children, you might say, we have a wedding coming up. I'll get back to you later to let you know. Not so good, especially if you already have the date. So let's imagine that I'm standing at work next to somebody who's looking at their shoelaces, all depressed, just feeling terrible, runny nose, just no energy. I might say, well, you know how miserable it is when we're sick? And they go, oh yeah, oh, I'm in misery, yeah. I said, well, I just found out how we can take care of our bodies better so we don't have as many sick days because we're healthier. Would it be okay if you try some really good, in your case, food supplements? So you start feeling younger again and don't have all these miserable days. They might say, yeah. Or they might say, no, I like being sick. You know, I'm a full-time loser. You know, I just like to be depressed, have something to complain about, and I'm okay with that too. But a lot of people are going to say, you know, I'm just tired of feeling like this all the time. So talking to them right then is sort of polite. So if you're talking to somebody a little bit overweight, you might say, well, you know how we just don't have enough time to exercise? And they're going to say, oh yeah, yeah, and I'm big boned too. Yeah. They said, well, I just found out how we can use a special product to help manage our weight so we don't have to worry about this all the time. Would it be okay if I told you about it? And it's up to them saying, no, don't tell me about it, or yeah, tell me about it. Simple, right to the point, just being polite.
So yes, it's being polite and give them an opportunity to open up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's very good. So if you like what you see, please leave the comment here. Say your thoughts, what you like, what you didn't like, whether you like my shirt or you like my bald head or anything. Please leave some comment. I love to connect with you, love to know what you're thinking about it. Or if it really wants to, you can be willing to share this with your contacts. You can just click the share button, Facebook, you can copy in Facebook, or you can click the Twitter button or Google Plus. Just share with everyone. Knowledge is to be shared. It's your time. Thank you.